Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Core in USA. In this video, I will discuss about my own US visa interview experience, which is F1. And my interview was in the last month of December, in the last of December probably, yes. And last year, 2020. And it was at the Delhi consulate. And I was before the interview, I was pretty much nervous about what will happen. Generally, everyone is nervous regarding their interview. But on the other hand, I was also very much confident, and because I just went through all the questions. I prepared my answers very well, and according to my own profile, because it's very important for you to know what is in your profile, and you should know how to frame the answers instantly there, that it doesn't looks like you have memorized and you have crammed your answers. You have to go through your questions. One thing is you have to go through your questions. Another thing is you also have to not memorize or cram your answers, and you have to be very instant over there. You have to have material in your mind, but you have to be instant in front of the officer. So I was standing in a long queue, and I was looking at people getting rejected, getting accepted. So that didn't have any effect on me. I was confident in from my I was very much confident at the time, and yes, I was a little bit nervous as well. And but then I had this thought, let it be. We'll see what will happen and how it goes. Like, so yes, I was called at a counter, and I wished the officer good morning, and he replied to me. The person who was standing in front of me, he got rejected, but uh, I was very confident, and because I knew the person was not answering in a proper way, the way he should. So I was very much confident about myself that I will crack this interview. But of course, who knows what will happen in future. So anyways, so it started he asked me to pass over my passport and my I-20. I gave him my passport and I-20, and he checked it. And the very first question which he asked me was, which university are you going to? I answered the name of the university very confidently. And then he asked me, what course are you going to study in US? I named my course, that this is what I'm going to study over there in this university. And since my university was a very high-ranking university, so they didn't ask me, why have you chosen this university. Generally, this becomes as their third question, or generally they do ask that why have you chosen this university. But in my case, they didn't ask me this question, because the university was highly ranked. It was a well-reputed university. And then he asked me the question, what have you studied previously? Since my bachelor's was not that much relevant to my master's, so I had to prepare that question. I prepared in such a way that it should look convincing. Like, what have you studied previously and what are you going to study? That has to have a little bit connection, or you have to create a connection between what have you studied previously and what are you going to study there. Then his fourth question came as, who is going to sponsor you? I said my father is going to sponsor me. And what does he do? I explained what he owns, that he's a businessman and this much he owns. And in that particular question only, I mentioned how much he earns annually. So then he asked me, according to that, how many workers, since I mentioned the business, so he asked me about how many workers are working there. So I answered him according to that. Then the question comes, do you have any siblings? I said, yes, I have an elder brother. And then he asked me, what does he do? I told him that he is doing this. Then then the next question comes is, again he asked me, actually, what have you studied previously? And this time when he asked me, second time he asked me, what have you studied previously? I gave a different answer. It's very important, and it is very important to keep in mind that you do not repeat your answers. Anytime every time he asks you the same question in a different mode or in a same way, you have to give a different answer. You have not to respond with the same answer you have given. So this time, to create the relevancy between my previous studies and what I'm going to study, I gave a different answer to the officer. And then he asked me, do you have any relatives in US? I said, no, we don't have any relatives I don't have any relatives in US, and I'm the first one going from my family to US. Then I would also like to mention you guys that this was my fourth attempt to get F1 visa. First my rejection for US visa was for B1 B2, that is a tourist rejection, and then I had two study rejections in that with another university. And this time when I went with my fourth study attempt, I went within some other university which was like highly ranked, and I changed my profile a bit about my university. I didn't change my course, but I changed my university. So he asked me the question that I can see that you have a tourist rejection before, and he told me like 2 years back, something like that. So it was not 2 years back, it was 3 years back from the time I went for the interview. Here, one thing is to keep in mind that they can trick you with the time span, with the years. Then you have to correct them at the point. It was officer or sir, it was 3 years back. So I corrected him there, and I gave the explanation. You are supposed to give the explanation, whatever he asks or he discusses or he try to create a conversation with you. You have to explain every point to the officer. As much as you explain, your chances to get the visa increases. Then he asked me the question, what countries have you traveled before? So since I had a tourist rejection, after that I also traveled in between. Since I traveled 3 countries before giving this fourth attempt to F1 fourth attempt, I told him that officer, I have traveled 3 countries. So far I have traveled 3 countries. And he asked me the question, have you traveled alone or with whom have you traveled? I mentioned that I traveled with my parents, with my mom and with my brother. I traveled these countries. And then since I had a tourist rejection and then I traveled the countries there, so that created a link between the answers. So he was pretty much convinced with my answers and with whatever I said. And moreover, the important key is to be confident, to be loud and clear in whatever are you saying. You should have a clear thoughts. You should not memorize the answers. You should not cram the answers. You should rather be having the content in your mind. What are you going to say? That should be in your mind, and framing should be instant. Whatever you're going to say, that should come out of you naturally at that point only. If you have to crack the interview, it should look natural. It should not be memorized at all. You should have content in your mind, but don't ever memorize your answers. So after this question, he was pretty much convinced, and finally he said me the golden words that your visa is approved. And I was very happy. I for like 10 to 15 seconds, I could not believe that he said these words, and I was very excited. I just I just thanked him, and since it was like the last end of December, and I wished him Happy New Year, sir, and I just came out, and my family was standing out. My mom and my brother was there, and and it was a great moment for me. It was one of the best moment for my life in my life, and finally this way my visa was improved. So the basic key things you have to keep in mind is you should be aware. First thing I would say, you have to be aware of your profile. What profile is you have, like how many attempts you have made, according to, on the basis of how many attempts you have made, which university have you chosen, where is it, what are you going to study. According to that, you will be having your own future plans, and what have you done previously. That's very important. And of course, since I had a tourist rejection before, he asked me related to that. And in my case, since I have changed the profile, I changed my university in the previous 2 F1 visa attempts. I went within another university, and this time at the fourth attempt, actually the third for the F1, I have went with another university. So that's very important to have an answer prepared, that why have you changed your profile. In my case, it was a highly ranked university, so there was no point of asking a question, because obviously if you are grading going a level up in your university, they won't ask you the question regarding why have you changed your profile. They might ask you, but you have to be yes, you have to be prepared with the questions, with the every answers, and the basic key things you have to keep in mind is to be confident, to be loud and clear, and rest you should know your profile. That's it. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. Thank you.